if you look at the arc of the Biden presidency, he was in really good shape until August of 2021. When Afghanistan happened, he went under 40, she went under 40, and they really lived there until the end of the presidency. He's still there.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because he ran and told us that the adults were back in charge, and that was the opposite.
Yeah, they
of
were
that.
because Donald Trump was a child.
And you know what else?
Yeah.
And you know what else? The fact that they wouldn't give these 13 service members' families the time of
bullshit,
day.
Dude.
Time of day.
I'm sorry, but Donald Trump hates veterans. He called them suckers and losers.
Watch how Brother Scott handles this. What a masterclass.
He did. He absolutely, despite he has his whole life. He has his entire life.
I know you're super emotional. I just.
Of course I am. I'm terrified.
I'm telling you, the political reality is that when they made that decision.
It doesn't matter. When you don't admit that Donald Trump hates veterans. You don't admit it. You deny a man, Chief John Kelly, a Marine. You say he lied.
You're still campaigning.
You say he lied.
It's
not over. It'll never be over.
I want to hear what
It'll never be over. You wish.
The political reality is when they made that decision and everyone realized, oh my gosh, these aren't the competent adults that we were promised.
Donald Trump does.
And then when you pile on top of it the decisions that made inflation worse, it was a compounding interest of political crap over time that they could never get out of. And that's how she lost the race.
There was a bipartisan consensus to get out of Afghanistan. That wasn't the point. It was the way it was done.
Decision to get out.
Hold on. It was the implementation. It was the fact that they took out our soldiers first instead of last, which is you would think would be common sense. And again, it's like you said, we thought the adults were in the room. That's why people voted for Biden. A return to normalcy, a return to competence. He's a lifelong public servant. We thought we're going to get normal, we're going to get competent. And that's what
we did. And the veterans community,
Afghanistan doesn't signal that.
The wars in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, the Republican policies that led to those wars, the idea that Joe Biden made the final difficult decision, and his administration and his military leaders. I mean, you guys live on the tippy top of bullshit mountain. If you actually think that so many people think that the pullout of Afghanistan was the pivot point, are you kidding me?
I mean, I can read a chart and I can read a poll. I guess you can't. But the reality is when he made that decision.
Your petty insults
are
so weak, dude. You have no idea. Like, I don't even understand if you hear yourself talking.
Look,
you can laugh all you want, but like, I can't read a chart. Like, it's just so hacky. It's so uninteresting.
Look, the reason that we brought this up is because
boy, oh boy, oh boy, I cannot wait to get into this one, y'all. Man, you just can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't make this up. You just can't. But I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man, and beautiful patriots around the world. Saying Donald Trump doesn't care about veterans is like saying Kamala Harris cares about veterans. I'm just saying, you know. But Trump derangement stage 4. Trump derangement stage 4, y'all. You know, I keep telling y'all, man, we're gonna see more takes like this time and time after again, especially after Trump just had a landslide, you know. And yeah, but I got to bring somebody real up on the show. I want to check this video out with as well. Shout out to my brother Brandon. I couldn't wait to get into it. I know he gonna keep it real as well, man. Now we're gonna have a good time, a good laugh. But this is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, man. But like I told you, we're gonna see more of these panels just implode, explode, lose it. People walking off set, people getting fired. Yeah, people are just are so deranged. They're so deranged they make Trump look even better. I'm just saying. So deranged that again, the people have spoke. The people were sick and tired of the propaganda, the lies, the fake news. And then y'all done bought all those celebrities out. Then you bought the wrong celebrities out. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thought y'all can pull it out, huh? And Trump, they didn't spare nearly half as much as what the left spent. Trump said they still got money left over. And he said we'll come together and unify, and we'll pay off the debt. That was so funny earlier today, man. But that just goes to show you, man. They wasted a lot of man. Their campaign was terrible. And installing Kamala Harris at the last minute didn't work. Her being black didn't work. My values haven't changed. Didn't work. Just being honest with you guys, man. You know, sometimes we got to be real with each other. It just didn't work. And people saw through the crap, the lies, the fake news, the propaganda, the biased reporting of y'all taking clips of Trump saying this. When we go and look at the full, we seen the full clip. Why are y'all saying this? And we seen what Trump said. Again, painting a picture for people to think otherwise. People see through all that crap, man. And we want to thank CNNs, the MSNBCs, the ABCs, the alphabet order, the spew, the view, the spews. Y'all created this huge victory as well. Y'all played a huge part in this victory for us, man. Let's go and jump in. I want to see this video from Officer Tatum. He did a whole take on this whole meltdown as well. So let's check it out.
Clips that I'm gonna put out there. I think Jennings is his name. This dude be cooking. Somebody get him a Chef Boyardee hat and an apron, cause he be cooking. Get him some grilling tools. Get him that smoker. Let the meat get room temperature. Put that seasoning on it and put that thing on the smoker and then sear it. Or you can sear it and then smoke it. Somebody get this man some supplies. Roll the clip.
You look at the arc of the Biden presidency, he was in really good shape until August of 2021. When Afghanistan happened, he went under 40, she went under 40, and they really lived there until the end of the presidency. He's still there.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Because he ran and told us that the adults were back in charge, and that was the opposite.
Yeah, they
of
were
that.
because Donald Trump was a child.
And you know what else?
Yeah.
And you know what else?
He's a
the fact that they wouldn't give these 13 service members' families the time of
bullshit,
day.
Dude.
The time of day.
I'm sorry, but Donald Trump hates veterans. He called them suckers and losers. He did. He absolutely.
That was never verified that he did it. One idiot that hated Donald Trump said he did it, and there was 5 or 10 other people that verified that it never happened. They never heard that. They still running with this foolery.
Yep.
And it's free reign now, baby. I'm going to have a conversation with Trump about how to make this media thing happen. People will never listen to the mainstream media ever again because people like myself and others will be able to disseminate the truth that you can, verifiable truth that you can trust.
And that's all we've been doing. That's all we've been doing this whole election. Independent media, content creators were damn near more watched than the mainstream media. I wonder why. We exposed a lot, man. We exposed a lot. And I love getting those letters and emails every single day. Rick, thank you for waking me up. Rick, thank you for giving me a change of heart. I used to be a lifelong Democrat. Thank you for exposing to. Thank you for helping Trump. You guys' channels are the backbone of Trump campaign. Thank you for exposing the corrupt media, the lies, the fake news.
They still talking about suckers and losers. Donald Trump never said that. is not consistent with nothing that Donald Trump has ever done in his life, nothing that Donald Trump ever done as president. All he did was support the families that lost their loved ones in that situation that they're talking about in Afghanistan. Donald Trump is the only one that showed up. He gave them a proper burial. Donald Trump talked to their family. Their families came on television and said that Donald Trump is a good man, and they endorsed him. But he hate the military. What? All right, they keep saying that. That's why y'all keep losing. Roll the clip.
Absolutely, despite he has his whole life. He has his entire life.
I know you're super emotional. I just,
of course I am. I'm terrified.
I'm telling you, the political reality is that when they made that decision,
it doesn't matter. But you don't admit that Donald Trump hates veterans. You don't admit it. You deny a man, Chief John Kelly, a Marine. You deny. You say he lied.
You're still campaigning.
You say he lied.
It's
not over.
It's over.
It's
over. I want to hear what
You're still campaigning, brother. It's over.
The political reality is when they made that decision and everyone realized, oh my gosh, these aren't the competent adults that we were promised.
Donald Trump.
And then when you pile on top of it the decisions that made inflation worse, it was a compounding interest of political crap over time that they could never get out of. And that's how she lost the race.
There was a bipartisan consensus to get out of Afghanistan. That wasn't the point. It was the way it was
Trump's
done.
decision to get out.
Hold on. It was the implementation. It was the fact that they took out our soldiers first instead of last, which is you would think would be common sense. And again, it's like you said, we thought the adults were in the room. That's why people voted for Biden. A return to normalcy, a return to competence. He's a lifelong public servant. We thought we're going to get normal, we're going to get competent. And that's what
we did. We did. And if in the veterans community,
Afghanistan doesn't signal that.
The wars in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, the Republican policies that led to those wars, the idea that Joe Biden made the final difficult decision, and his administration and his military leaders. I mean, you guys live on the tippy top of bullshit mountain. If you actually think that so many people think that the pullout of Afghanistan was the pivot point, are you kidding me?
I mean, I can read a chart and I can read a poll. I guess you can't. But the reality is when he made that decision.
Your petty insults are so weak, dude. You have no idea. Like, I don't even understand if you hear yourself talk.
Hold on. He just insulted them and said they live on the tip top of bullcrap mountain. And then when he hit him back, he want to cry. Donald
That's all
Trump,
they do, bro.
Like they don't. I'm glad that they don't want to listen. They're in denial phase. If you're telling me when they pulled out of Afghanistan and the military equipment is still there, American soldiers died, Americans were still there. You got refugees and people trying to escape falling off the aircraft and hitting the ground. Some of them getting trapped in the wheelbase. And we watched them parade with our military equipment. They had a parade. They driving with the tank. They flying the helicopters, everything. You think that made sense? People like, what the military personnel like, what are they doing? But they are saying that didn't have nothing to do with what everybody did. They didn't even care. Well, why did they lose then? Why did they lose? If I told people this on campus. I said, they were bringing all this stuff about the success of the Biden administration. I said, if that was true, Donald Trump wouldn't have a chance in this election. If Donald Trump's economy was that bad, he lost all those jobs, he was a dictator, and he's a threat to democracy and all this other stuff, and he got charged and indicted 100,000 times. If all of those things were actually true, and the economy was good and people felt that way because their pocketbooks were doing well, they had jobs and opportunities, Donald Trump wouldn't have a chance. But the truth of the matter is none of that is true.
Yep.
People know what the bank account look like. People got to go to the grocery store every day, struggling. And they trying to pass it off as we just misogynist and racist. Come on, man. Hillary Clinton would have had a better chance at running again than Kamala Harris had. I put my check on it. Let me get a super chat real quick, and then we're going to bring it back to the clip. Megan, I'm sorry. Somebody I know named Megan. Megan, thanks so much for the super chat. Officer Tatum, AZ girl and GCU alumni here. Love your show. Amazing content always. I follow your wife too, and you both speak the truth. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. And one day I will be a GSU alumni. I'm halfway through my master's, and after being an entrepreneur, I was like, I don't need no master's degree. But I'm going to probably go back and finish because I started it at some point. All right, let's finish the clip.
Look,
you can laugh all you want, but like I can't read a chart. Like it's just so hacky. It's so uninteresting.
Look, the reason that we brought this up
he should be worried about the veneers.
That was from a Democratic.
Terrible. Somebody get the veneer king or something to fix his teeth. Y'all better stop getting these veneers that look like you got a mouthpiece in. Can y'all not get somebody to shave that down a little bit and make it look real? Why would you have veneers with your teeth the same shape all the way across and pearly white? Some of y'all look like you got dentures in your mouth. Get your veneers straight before you get on TV, start talking crazy to somebody. You can go on and get some merch today.
I want to look at his veneers. Let me see. I'm gonna go back and roll the clip. Oh man, he is something else, y'all. Shout out to Officer Tatum, man. Let me go look at his veneers. Let me see.
And that was the opposite.
Yeah, they
of
were
that.
because Donald Trump was a child.
And you know what else?
Yeah.
And you know what else?
The
fact that they wouldn't give these.
Trump does.
And then.
Bro, I tell you, man, Officer Tatum is too much, man.
What's the next clip we got? Oh yeah, CNN get another reality check. All right. Oh yeah, the lady in the middle finna give a whooping sandwich. Roll the clip.
I'm going to speak some hard truths to my friends in the Democratic Party. This is not Joe Biden's fault. It's not Kamala Harris's fault. It's not Barack Obama's fault. It is the fault of the Democratic Party in not knowing how to communicate effectively.
Hold on, I disagree with her. It is their faults. Because their leadership and them running the country, they're at fault. People saw how bad they were. They were terrible. They lied to us. They were deceptive. And it's funny because now we should get that Charlemagne clip because now they won't even call Trump a threat to democracy when all they did during the campaign season was doing that. So I disagree with her on that. Y'all need to quit saying that. It's not Kamala. It is her fault. It's Joe Biden's fault. Obama came out and tried to chastise black men. That's his fault. And all these other people out here just lying and deceiving people. Joe Biden is the man. And he drops out. Kamala.
And I love how it pissed everybody off. They pissed so many people off this election. The Democratic Party. They pissed so many people off. They did. Just the truth. You're not going to vote for her because she's a woman?
Is the woman. Like, y'all lying to us and tricking us and stuff, and we see it now. Roll the clip.
To voters, we are not the party of common sense, which is what the message that voters sent to us. For a number of reasons. We don't know how to speak to voters. When we address Latino, and language has meaning. When we address Latino voters as Latinx, for instance, because that's the politically correct thing to do. It makes them think that we don't even live on the same planet as they do. When we are too afraid to say that, hey, college kids, if you're trashing a campus at Columbia University because you're unhappy about some sort of policy and you're taking over a university, and you're trashing it and preventing other students from learning, that is unacceptable. But we're so worried about alienating one or another cohort in our coalition that we don't know what to say when normal people look at that and say, wait a second, I send my kids to college so they can learn, not so that they can burn buildings and trash lawns, right? And so on and so forth. When we put pronouns after names and say she, her, as opposed to saying, you know what, if I call you by the wrong pronoun, call me out, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. But stop with the virtue signaling and just speak to people like they're normal. There's nothing I'm going to say to Michael that I'm not going to say to you, that I'm not going to say to somebody else. I speak the same language to everybody. But that's not what Democrats do. We constantly try to parse out different ways of speaking to different cohorts because our focus groups or our polling shows that so-and-so appeals to such and such. That's not how normal people think. It's not common sense. And we need to start being the party of common sense again. Joe Biden is not responsible for that. Neither is Kamala Harris. It is a problem that Democrats have had for years. I've been banging the drum on this for, I don't know how, probably 10 years, if not longer on this. we need to get back to being the party of common sense, that people look at us and say, we understand you, we appreciate what you say because you speak our language. And until we do that, we should stop blaming other people for our own mistakes.
I hate she said it, because if they use their tactics, they may have a better chance next time. But it's true. This is stuff that we've been saying forever. Like Latinx and like the average person is like, what are y'all doing? Drag queen story hour and all that. It's like the average person is like, that don't look right. Kids getting puberty blockers and all that transition surgeries and stuff. You're like, the average person is like, come on, man. Kids peeing in the bed still. What do you mean they can make a decision that serious, that irreversible? When did y'all let kids make irreversible decisions? Never. In the history of the world do we let little preteens make no kids, even teenagers, can make life-altering decisions for themselves. You know what, Dad? I think I'm like my kid. You know, we teach him the difference between boy and girl. We teach him that because that's what's right. We don't let him live this ambiguous life, not knowing if he's like mommy or daddy. It's like, no. When we change a diaper, you see that thing right there? That came from me, boy. I gave it to you. You're welcome. And when you look at your mama, he go, mommy has boobies. You know what I mean? He understand boobies and stuff, and he think it's funny. Which I hope he grew up like that. I'd rather him grow up with boobies instead of looking at a man. But we teach him. He acknowledges it. It's factual, and that's what parents should do. You don't let your kid be out there confused. That's crazy to me that people let their kids do that. Oh, little Johnny think he's a girl today. It's like, wait. Johnny ain't processed that. Can you help your son? Do you let little Johnny just hang out there like that? Is that what we doing today? What happened to you directing your child in the path in which they should go? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because you can do drag story hour, but you can't do strip club hour. You can let a man put a thong on and some nets and bounce it in front of your kids because they're a drag queen. That's totally fine. But if Shanae get up there and make it clap in front of your kid's face, everybody be going to jail. Everybody be going, they'd be demonized that you had women at the strip club in front of little kids at a elementary school. Drag queen is almost the same thing. They got their breasts out, and they fake. These all made up stuff. Real women can't do that in front of kids. What are y'all doing? That's why y'all lost. Let me get the super chat real quick. Wolverine, I think, gave another super chat. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Why are Democrats all?
That's why y'all lost. Yeah. That's why they lost, man. You know? Simple, y'all. You know, and we try to tell y'all from the beginning, man, when it all hit the fan, you know. And we all knew, you know. And that's why you see more people hopping on board. People were packing their bags at night, in the morning, during the day. Yeah. Anti-Trumpers, never Trumpers. Lifelong Democrats, liberals. Yeah. You lost it over with the people, man. We tried to tell them what was going down, man. You know.